So me vote and still back to square one. Look at people still suffering in bitter man John. We lose faith in the leader, and I'm not calling no names. We fed up of the lies and the dirty games. So it's right now we have a vote, no confidence. Cause right now in the country they're doing real nonsense. Now the majority of youth decide to go and pick up gun, like you're playing blind and you're deaf and dumb. Like you forget your people once you in power, and you're moving evil, you had the whole place sour. And now that we discover it's 2% that they offer. This is one better thing that I want all you to remember. We fed up for all your life. You could do much better. Kaiso, food prices going up too high. I's a madman. We can buy rice or flour. Don't the chicken gone up, peas gone up, sausage gone up, cheese gone up. It's everything gone up. I's a madman. Kaiso. To talk about the crime situation now is a problem. Too much of rape, murders and robbery, how they can't solve them. I see you talk out we brain with a set of lies while the country going down the...
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? It's all about launch. Everybody launching. Everybody wants to know what color, where they're going, who ain't going, who they is, who they be, who they for. The season is here, folks. I know that many people have been talking and they've been saying, you know, I'm not used to this because we're so used to snap elections that this part of the election process, we've been listening for the past 4 years. Well, 3.5, I should say. So this is not something new, in a sense. This is normal. Before an election, candidates, persons in the community that wish to postulate themselves, come out, and they wish they could do what they want. They could just make an announcement. They can say, hey, I plan to run. And sometimes they can even change their mind. That's what a community is supposed to do. So first, they put it out that they want to run. If they get no response, that means most probably, yeah, they ain't gonna get a seat. But if they do get a lot of response and they do get people excited about their being a candidate, then they start to look for the right parties. Of course, the parties then contact the candidates or the potential candidates, and then they try to get a commitment. It's very important that you know, folks, that even though you have candidates doing launches right now, doing announcements right now, that don't mean shit. It don't mean nothing at all because it's only official until postulation. So they can sign contracts, they can sell their soul, they can do what they want, but it only becomes legal when there's postulation. So you can have a candidate that could say today that they're running with a DP. And then tomorrow, they run with the National Alliance. Or the day after, they're running with the URSM. And then for postulation, they're on the No Party. That's just how it is. However, they can't change after postulation. Once it is imprinted in the voters registry, that's it. Boom, bam, beam, that's it. You can't change anymore. But now, it's free agency season, and we're going through it. It's part of our electoral process. So let it ride. I know you're already going like, I ain't voting. Take it easy. This is the time where they're supposed to be convincing you to vote for them. Now, on Thursday, they had 2 launches. Not 1, 2. First one was the former Port St. Martin director, Mr. Mingo. He was the hot candidate everybody was trying to get on their list. And the United People's Party was able to secure his will to run on the party. Let's call it that. Because he signed some documents stating that he's going to run number 4 on the elections, for the elections, the coming up elections. But again, postulation is the real thing. That's it. Otherwise to that, it's just a wish. It's just a hope. It's just a dream. All right? And also, candidate for the Now Party, and that's from Savage Chris. He looks like he's getting some candidates. He has Kelron Bellot. Apparently from Belvedere. Never heard of him in my life, but that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because we're going to get to know the candidates. That's why we have the phenomenon of these launches. Everybody going to launch. You're just going to, waste the media time with a bunch of launches. But that's good because you get to know the, say it with me, candidate. So we'll give you highlights of the United People's Party's candidate, Mark Mingo, first, and then we go into Mr. Bellot. Yes. Let me start with Mr. Mingo.
He is doing this because he truly believes he can take yet another step to help even more people, to represent them. All people in this country have a hope right now that there's a candidate that is going to truly from his heart, for no selfish gain, for only the reason of saying, I want to see this country go where it can go. And from that moment, I was like, okay, we got to get this guy. Right then, I started speaking to him, and he was going on the radio, and I said, there's no pressure. I believe that another aspect of him, where kind of history is repeating itself today, where he saw an opportunity to help someone, and I think today, he sees the group of men and women of the United People's Party and sees himself being able to be a part of it, to help us, to contribute, to come with excellent ideas for how we can improve our economy, our society, healthcare. So many brilliant ideas, so much energy, something that we and the party are extremely proud today that we can officially be able to call him a candidate on the United People's Party.
Everyone knows my long-term relationship with the founder. We did great things, I can say. I know how he thinks and what he wanted. I know what hurts him too. UPP always had the biggest party and lead. It made sense to keep the balance in interest for the vision of St. Martin. Please don't forget the last part. One of the most important persons in my life, and I told the leader of UP Party this, who contributed to his choice to stay and go with the younger generation, was actually my 17-year-old daughter. Her name is Annie Mingo, born in St. Martin, a Generation Z, who is studying industrial engineering in the Netherlands. And I would like to quote something she said to me in December. And she said, I told him, Papi, where are you going to join older persons to run in the upcoming elections? Stop it. Choose for the future, the younger group. I know we are in pain in the ass and got crazy ideas, but don't forget, you were just like that at the age of 30 and still am. Support, help them, for them. Don't forget you're also a very complicated person. Well, I said to myself, the boss has spoken. But she actually made me think. That also reminds me of the founder and the current leader of the UPP party, MP Bryson. Wow, I do listen to women. Grace?
Okay, so there you had the highlights of the United People's Party's potential candidate, Mr. Mark Mingo. He will be running number 4 on the United People's Party, which is strange because that number 4 was the number from Prisha Heiliger Martin. So now she gone DP, and he just take number 4. How does she feel about that? Anyway, you could see that the leader of the United People's Party, the tallest member of Parliament, Rolando Bryson, was very happy to make the announcement, and boom, you see that all-star team there? Ho ho, ho ho! You don't mess around, they come in, they come in, they come in, they come in, or not, because they can all disappear. Because again, postulation. No, there's no postulation time yet. This is just, free candidacy. Everybody's gonna, show up, but you never know. All right, so let me move on to the Belvedere Community Center, where Mr. Kelron Bellot, or Kelron, it's K. Anyway, Kelron Bellot was announced as a candidate for the Now Party.
I've always said to myself, if an opportunity ain't knock your way, build a door. And this evening, I can honestly say that I'm thrown off a bit because I'm not the only one who shares this philosophy. MP Emmanuel has built that door and is giving me the opportunity. My name is Kelron Joshua Prince Bellot. My mother is a Kititian. My father is Dominican, but I am a born St. Martiner. My parents came here from their respective islands in the late 80s to start a family in a nation that provided opportunity and gave people the chance to accumulate wealth. To this day, they can't say they hadn't made the right choice because I am a living testimony. I want generations to come reaping and contributing to this island as my family has done. I want St. Martin to be the Caribbean land of opportunity. I can vividly remember watching the 2008 presidential US elections and experiencing the moment when Barack Obama won the presidency. Right then and there, not knowing what this president thing was about, I declared that one day I will be one as well. I quickly wrote down on a piece of paper and sticked it on my wall. And let me tell you, I still have that paper on my wall. Paper brown and it dusty. But I wrote it down on a piece of paper and I stuck it on my bedroom wall. And I told myself and everyone around me that I want to become the president and that I need to stand up for my people just like Obama did. It was long after that I found out here in St. Martin we had MPs and a prime minister. But since then I have dedicated my time and energy to become a politician. The moment I accepted this opportunity from MP Emmanuel and decided to share it with my friends and family, I was met with a number of questions. Ain't he too young for that? Is he finished with school? But why Christopher Emmanuel party? Why are you running now? But the question is to my friends and family is why not? Many people within parliament, government, and farm administrations have their bachelor's, master's, and PhDs. Yet still, there are so many problems that still exist within this country. I want you to understand, it's not just about the qualifications you hold, but it's how you use the knowledge gained. I'm in the last phase of my university life, and the Lord has worked out a flexible way for me to complete my degree. So don't worry, I will never neglect my studies because my master's and my PhD will follow in short order and be used to enhance my service to our country. Nevertheless, let me remind you that I'm not too young to run for office as per our Constitution of St. Martin. Chapter 4, Article 49.1 says, and I quote, a person is eligible for candidacy once they meet the following requirements: above the age of 18, be a resident of St. Martin with Dutch nationality, end quote. It's becoming the norm for youths of this new generation to take on the political mantle and provide a fresh perspective towards the development of their country. And any leader that is willing to give my generation a chance is a leader that has our dear Swaliga's future at heart. MP Emmanuel is a visionary, a man of integrity, and a man of action.
It's good to see new blood. It's good to see new blood in the political atmosphere. So hopefully we're going to get to find out about Mr. Kelron Elliott, Bellot. I need to get used to these names. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be over 100 and something candidates. Do not get offended if I mispronounce your name, okay? Please. What else is happening on St. Martin? Of course, the King visit, the royals. They're coming this upcoming Monday and Tuesday in St. Martin. And we were able to talk to the Minister of Romy concerning, the preparations for the royal visit. Minister of Romy, are you there? So that's what you're doing? So that's what you're doing now. Minister, so... I hope they keep the same energy during, after the Royals leave, and we could have these roads like this all the time. You notice they're working overtime. You know that shot was from 3 o'clock in the morning, people? Go Rummy! All right, what else? Minimum wage earners are complaining that for the month of January, they checked their pay slip and they noticed that there was no increase. It was like the same amount like last year. What's up with the increase, with the indexing? What's going on? So the Minister of Everything is letting everyone know that in case you are seeing no increase, minimum wage earners, if you are seeing no increase in your salary slip, and of course in your bank account or on your check, go report their ass at the Labor Department. If you do that, they will be able to do something for you. Because businesses are going to have to be whipped into shape. Because at the end of the day, they're going to still say, oh, I don't know, it's not official yet, and maybe, they're working on it, and no, it's law that the minimum wage has increased. So don't be fooled by the Nancy stories. If they're asking you for more time, it's still illegal, because according to the law, when it comes to the minimum wage, you're supposed to get that increase. So, if you don't see it, go to the Labor Department and complain about it, okay? Otherwise to that, don't contact me and complain about it and don't do nothing about it. They want me to talk about it because this is the last time I'm going to address it. Because the amount of people that stopped me and was like, hey, you got to talk about this. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm like, okay, come on and say something now. And then they'll be like, boy, I don't want a problem, I know a problem, Jed. I don't want a problem. Come on. So again, shortcomings, go to the Labor Department, make an appointment, complain, so that the Labor Department can contact the business. Otherwise to that, shut the hell up and keep walking, right? Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport.